Everything on the SlidaScope and RotaScope storage system starts with scanning in and out at the washer. All our data captures there to give appropriate storage times for the scope. So the first thing we're doing is scanning a scope into the washer. So every washer will have a washer station like this minus the printer. It'll have a touch screen and a wireless barcode scanner. So you start with scanning who is it, what scope is it, and where is it going. In this case, it's me, it's this scope, and it's going into the AER.
Extended storage.
Then you get an audio prompt to say that was successful and you know it's loaded correctly. Once the washer cycle is complete and you know that everything is run smoothly, then it's time to take the scope out of the washer. So before you do, once again, grab the wireless scanner, validate yourself, which scope it is you'd like to remove from the washer, and the washer out.
Extended storage.
Now you have the amount of storage time appropriate to that, which is typically 7 days and 3 hours out of cabinet. Those times start at that moment. So on the system, there's 3 amounts of storage time that you need to be aware of. First of all, there's 7 days, which is the main thing everyone's looking at with these cabinets. On the side of that is without alcohol cycle, there's still the option to do a short cycle on your wash station and get 12 hours. Then with both of those, there's another amount of time which is 3 hours out of cabinet. So that's the amount of time that it takes to get from the washer to the cabinet, and then on the other end of storage from the cabinet to the procedure. The limitation is 3 hours, and that's all recorded on the screen. So once you load a scope, you can see here that the scope name, scope 16 in this example, is in location 3. It's got 166 hours remaining of cabinet time and 2 hours and 51 minutes of out of cabinet. They will count down together when it's out of cabinet time because it's not 168 plus 3, so that 3 is always part of the total storage time. But once it's in the cabinet and stored correctly, that storage time will only count down and the outer cabinet will remain as it is. So at any point we pull the scope out now, we have 2 hours and 51 minutes of time outside of the cabinet before we have to use it. That all gets printed out on the label telling you how much outer cabinet time it has remaining, calculates the expiry time, and every scope is very clearly visible on the main screen of the cabinet. A resting screen here is the main screen, which has all of the basic scope information, simple, easy to understand icons for all the environmental conditions, and a couple of other buttons that take you to other display panels. So when we're on a scope, if we want to look at more information about that scope, all we have to do is click on the number appropriate and it pulls up another screen. Likewise, environmental conditions. If for some reason we need to look at more data about exactly how much humidity or air or vacuum is in that cabinet, you just click on any of the icons, it pulls up the parameters and you can see the actual number that it's running at between the minimum and maximum values. Always a main screen button to go back to the main screen. There's one last screen to look at and it's the control panel. Inside the control panel, you have the power to acknowledge alarms, turn the integrated air system on or off. So in this case, if I click off, this cabinet's now powered down. Easy. If it's down for some reason, you can always come here, turn it back on. You also have the ability to lock the cabinet from here, and there's a help function where you can access the videos that you're looking at right now. Another function for when you're about to clean the cabinet is remove all scopes for cleaning. By clicking that button, it will digitally remove all of the scopes for you so you don't have to do any scanning out of the cabinet. Then you can physically remove the scopes, do your cleaning regime. Afterwards, then you scan them back in one by one because they might have a set or not set location inside the cabinet. When you're looking at one scope, you can actually, on the IQ series of cabinets, watch the channels drying via an interface by clicking through to the scope. On the left-hand side, you have the information about the scope, when it was last washed. what its serial number is or nickname. On the right hand side, you've got the potential 7 channels that are identified. You can see how dry it is based on the icon and the image that you're seeing. With water droplets, the volume of water droplets is an identifier of how wet the scope is a dry scope, and you'll see the sun icon appear rather than the rain icon. From here, if the scope's going straight into the procedure room for use, you want to get a little label to confirm those bits of information that you've just captured. So once again, with the wireless barcode scanner, could be at a different station that's located in the theatres or near the door. Take the barcode scanner, double swipe on the scope,
Printing label.
and the label will print out with the wash information. To pull it off, tearing upwards, and you get the information. After storage, you want to get a new label. This one will have storage information as well as the previous washer information. Once again, at the desired printer, take the barcode scanner, scan twice,
Printing label.
and you'll once again get 2 labels this time. One for the wash, followed by one about the storage information.